In this video, we're going to find the domain of harder rational functions. So my first example is going to be the square root of x plus 10 all over x squared minus 4. Okay, there's two big ideas here. The first one is that we can't take the square root of a negative number. So we want to take the square root of positive numbers only, so we're going to take the radicand, that's what's inside the square root, and it can be equal to or greater than 0. So we would take the radicand, which is x plus 10, and set that greater than or equal to 0, and then subtract 10 from both sides, so we would have that x is going to be greater than or equal to 10, negative 10. There we go. Okay, so we would have anything at 10 or greater, negative 10 or greater. Okay, now our next big idea is that the denominator cannot equal 0. Okay, so let's figure out when it actually is 0, and then we will restrict and not allow those two places. So we would say, when is that 0? We can factor that. So it would be x plus 2, x minus 2 equals 0, and then zero product property tells us that when x is 2 or negative 2, it's undefined, okay? So x cannot be, so in our domain, we want to make sure that x is not this place where it's undefined, okay? So this is undefined. Okay, so we say x cannot equal 2 or negative 2. All right. 2. All right, so we've got these holes in our domain right there when we have our undefined places. All right, so my domain would go from negative 10 to negative 2, or skip ahead and go from negative 2, but don't include it, up to 2, don't include it, and then jump ahead up a little bit positive of 2 and head off towards infinity. So we've got these places on our graph with these two holes. Okay, let's try one more example. All right, now in the numerator we have x squared minus 9, and in the denominator we have square root of x plus 9. Okay, so still our big ideas are that we want to only take the square root of positive numbers, so we're going to set the radicand greater than or equal to 0. So we'd have x plus 9 is greater than or equal to 0, so x needs to be greater than or equal to negative 9 when we subtract 9 from both sides. So we're down here at negative 9. Okay, now usually we're thinking about, okay, we can't have the denominator equal to 0, okay? So usually that's kind of a separate thing, but in this case it's actually the same issue, right? We've got, you cannot have the entire denominator equal to 0. So when does that happen? We can solve that. X plus 9 equals 0, subtract 9. So when x is exactly equal to negative 9, that is undefined. Okay, so we cannot let this equal negative 9. All right, so we can put those two things together. We could have, if we wanted, right here, just said since it's in a denominator, it would just be, it has to be greater than 9, okay? But we can do them separately if we want, but the big idea would be then that this just can't include 9, so that would be an open circle there. All right, so we've got parentheses because we're not including it, from negative 9 to infinity. All right, and a lot of times students want to restrict the numerator, but let's see what happens if the numerator is 0. That happens when x is 3. 3 plus 9, that would give us 9 minus 9, so that's 0 over the square root of 11. That's just 0, so that's fine, that's defined, and even when x is negative 3, minus 9 all over square root of negative 3 plus 9, that would be 0 over square root of 6, which is 0. So those don't lead us to problems. We can have a 0 in a numerator. It's just we can't have a 0 in the denominator. Denominator cannot equal 0.